The lessons life teaches from mere observation, the lessons we learn from the labels we carry, and those lessons we discover through true happiness are what's really important to me. Good evening. My name is Alicia Belmar, and I will be delivering a speech entitled, Lessons to Remember, How to Know the Really Important Things in Life by Suter, a commencement address to the graduating class of the Robert Morris College class of 1996. Distinguished faculty, families, friends, and graduates, thank you for this honor and for making this day one of the highlights of my life. In a new edition of the book, Live and Learn and Pass It On, people ages 5 to 95 shared what they've discovered about life. Here are 2 of their observations. I've learned that to ignore the facts does not change the facts. And I've learned that a peacock today may be a feather duster tomorrow. All these lessons say something about handling change and holding on to what's important. Today, I want to talk about a few more lessons to remember. This first lesson comes from the medical field. There was a famous Austrian surgeon named Dr. Belmar who used to tell his students that a doctor needed 2 abilities, the freedom from nausea and the power of observation. Then, he demonstrates by dipping his finger into a bitterly foul liquid, licked it off, and asked each of the students to do the same. One by one, the students would taste the liquid without flinching. Then, with a grin, Dr. Belmar would say, "You have passed the first test, but not the second. For none of you noticed that while I dipped the first finger into the liquid, I licked the second." What labels do you wear today? Graduate, professional, alumni? Labels like these are informative. They identify a little bit of who we are. The truth is, much of our lives revolve around labels, and most of us have had good experiences with them. But when it comes to describing people, labels carry an inherent risk of tunnel vision. One writer called it the nothing but syndrome. We are seen as nothing beyond what's defined by a job title or organization chart. I contracted polio when I was 2 years old. I don't remember it, but I do remember my parents telling me about the advice the doctor gave when it was time for me to leave the hospital. He told them, "Just put her in bed. She's going to be staying there for the rest of her life." I had a college counselor who advised me that going after more education might hurt me. He warned that it was hard enough for a woman with a disability to get married. A master's degree would only intimidate a man more. And I remember when I went after my first job as a secretary. The boss nearly didn't hire me because he was worried that I couldn't carry coffee to him every morning. Talk about a double-barrel insult. Being doubted whether you could do something you really shouldn't have to in the first place. I should have been more assertive, but I was newly married, and getting that first job was important to me. I did get the job. I'm embarrassed to admit that I actually practiced carrying the coffee every morning. And I never spilled coffee on the boss's lap, although the temptation was real. These were all well-meaning professionals who believed that they knew what was best for me. But my life would have been much different if their advice had been followed. There will be a time when you will be asked to make a tough decision that defines who you are, what you're committed to, and what you believe in. Jobs and money are important, but they won't guarantee real happiness. Why are people less happy? Rabbi Harold Kushner said, "I am convinced that it is not the fear of death that haunts our lives so much as the fear that our lives will not have mattered." The good news is that wherever you are, you can find reasons why your work matters. Wherever you are, whatever you do, look for the moments that define what gives your life meaning. I'll leave you with a quote about life of Harold Kushner that shares the most important lesson of all. He said, "It is not about writing great books, amassing great wealth, or achieving great power. It is about loving and being loved. It is about savoring the beauty of moments that don't last." Ladies and gentlemen, this is your moment to savor. I hope that you will share those moments with the people you love. Congratulations and good luck. Thank you.